This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. They're the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website. I use Squarespace to build the Ice-T finallevel.com and the pbhgear.com websites, and both of them took no longer than 2 hours to make, and they look dope. All of their plans even include free e-commerce, so I'm able to sell my new shirts on both sites for no additional charge and with the utmost ease. When you can create passive income for yourself with great tools, why wouldn't you? Come on, guys. If you haven't jumped on Squarespace already, you're seriously missing out. I've heard of companies that spend up to $50K to $100K on websites, not even including maintenance costs for basic sites. That's insane. My site has never gone down, looks great, is easy to maintain, and I've never had any issues with it. You could literally have an intern with no programming experience create a site on Squarespace to make something identical to many of those six-figure sites. Start with a free trial at squarespace.com with no credit card required. When you're ready to purchase a plan, get 10% off with the offer code ICE. That's squarespace.com, offer code ICE.
Upon initial contact with Ice-T's music, I had envisioned him to be an ill-mannered and psychologically unstable man with an extremely uneducated and barbaric frame of mind, whose raps displayed nothing but ridiculous jargon, shocking sexual audacity, and repulsive images of the ghetto. However, after further analysis of his music, I can deduce that he is the epitome of anti-disestablishment terrorism, who embodies the entire spectrum of the urban experience and struggle. But to make things more plain and simple to the layman, I find Ice-T to be the dopest, flyest, OG pimp, hustler, gangster player, hardcore motherfucker living today. To be honest, I am totally and completely on his dick.
Welcome to the Ice-T Final Level Podcast, featuring your co-host, Mick Benzo, and your host,
Ice-T.
Hey, yo, what's up out there, everybody? This is Ice-T and Mick Benzo. You are now listening to the Final Level Podcast number 10.
Damn.
Yeah, and we got the Dungeons and Dragons people are listening. We got the furry people listening. We got all kinds of people, and we got special guests here tonight. One of my favorite comedians. I've seen him at Caroline's and all over the place. I love him. Jim Norton's in
Jim
the building.
Norton had a hell of a goddamn HBO special, but not only that though. We have the
Whoa, no, let Jim say what's up.
But no, let Jim wait a goddamn minute, man.
No, say something, Jim.
If he's talking nicely about me, go ahead.
No, he was about to tell about the next guest.
Right, we're about to sneak somebody else in.
No, but let Jim say hello.
Well, thanks for having me. I hope I don't suck today because there's a lot of pressure after a nice introduction.
And we ain't gonna play no motherfucking Monster Rain games around here. Neither.
I don't blame you. No, that's a bad one.
That's a fucked up game.
That was one of those things I confessed in 2003 on a show called Confessing It in Montreal.
I don't think Ice know what the Monster Rain is.
When I was a kid, little kid, 7, 8 years old, me and my buddies would hang out, and we would yell. We would walk around, and one of us would yell "Monster Rain," and then we would run under a porch to hide from the monster rain, and we would suck each other's dicks.
What? Oh shit!
No.
Okay, that was the end of Jim Norton. Jim Norton's leaving the building.
I mean, what a way to make a
that's a good intro.
That's true. And then I told that story in 2003, and Opie from Opie and Anthony said, "Don't think I won't remember that story when we're back on the air." And that son of a bitch remembered the story.
I don't know, man. I just had a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah. So I told the story on stage, and I made it into a bit, and I named my HBO special after it.
God.
Wow.
Oh shit, Jim Norton.
Wow.
Jim, I didn't need to know that. I did not need to know.
And you said he was your favorite comedian. You have to change.
No, I said one of my favorite comedians.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, God damn, Jim.
It was a fun game when you were a kid.
No, it wasn't a fun game.
Nah,
never was a fun game.
But you know what Jim really, likes though? Pepsi Cola, right? You like Pepsi?
Oh wow! That's an old. That's all right. I made the mistake of asking a girlfriend about the size of her ex-boyfriend's dick, which you never want to do, and she told me that he had a dick like a Pepsi can, and I remember that, and I told that story. I don't know why I asked that question. Never
oh my God, that's my problem. But I mean, how does he know? All right, let's keep going. All right, who else we got in the building?
Okay, we got the official queen of street literature in the building. Her name is Miss Wahida Clark.
Yeah. The official queen of street literature. I'm here. It's blood, sweat, and payback time.
Wahida was actually featured in our documentary, A Portrait of a Pimp, the Iceberg Slim documentary.
Okay.
Talking about, being a New York best-selling author. And I'm so excited to be here. She brought some books. What books should you bring?
My first, I have the Payback series. Payback is the mother. Payback with your life. Payback ain't enough. And the new one that just dropped a couple of weeks ago, Blood, Sweat, and Payback.
Wahida, are these women getting payback or men getting payback?
Both.
I'm just worried.
Both.
I mean, my wife spends all night watching Snaps, which is about women killing their husbands
while they sleep.
So I don't know if I have to do parental guidance about these books. Should I hand these over to Coco and she starts, plotting, gut me.
Well, women is gangster in this.
Wahida Clark. You started writing when you was in college?
I started writing while I was serving a 10.5-year federal prison sentence.
So what made you sit down and write books while you were in penitentiary? You went to the law library or something and decided that was something you was going to try to do?
Mick, I had to survive. My husband was locked up. I left 2 teenage daughters on the streets. I was like, I needed to do something now, legally, to maintain while I was serving my bid. And
legally.
It just happened.
Say that again.
Legally, my brother.
They always say the best hustle is the legit hustle, and at some point, even the most street smart cat squares up and figures this out, because
Absolutely.
You can't hustle for 5
That's
years
right.
and go do 2. Then come out and hustle for 6 years and go do 10.
School them,
It just
Ice.
doesn't add up right.
School
You
'em.
just got to figure a way, to get some paper
School 'em.
without. I call it taking those penitentiary chances. You did. But Wahida, I'm really honored to have you here. Jim, thanks. We're going to talk to y'all more. We'll do a more in-depth interview. I'm looking at these books. I see they on Cash Money Distribution.
Cash Money Content.
That's
Baby
what's going
and
on.
Oh, with Birdman in them?
Yeah,
Birdman and
see right there?
Slim.
And this is Final Level Podcast number 10. Let's go. Okay, this is Final Level Podcast number 10, and this is TV. What TV shows you been checking out? Jim, you say you like Game of Thrones?
The only thing I watch, HBO stuff is all I really watch.
Right.
It's the only stuff I feel is realistic. I mean, Game of Thrones is not realistic. There's a fucking dragon in it. But I like it, and I typically don't like stuff like that. I don't like ghouls and dragons and King Arthur shit. But this is a great show, well acted, a lot of naked people and a lot of violence. Really good show.
I tried to watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is more like Dungeons and Dragons, and I've had a crazy experience with Dungeons and Dragons. I've been watching Vikings because Donald, who's actually on SVU now, has been on there. He was on earlier on Sons of Anarchy, and he's on Vikings. But you don't know my story about my experience with Dungeons and Dragons. I had to read an audiobook, and I had never read words like Tristor Odin and all these weird things. So what I did was I did it. It'll soon come out, but I got a lot of fans listening that are Dungeons and Dragons and probably Game of Thrones fans.
Yeah, the show. Dungeons and Dragons I never got into. I don't know anything about it. It was when I was in high school. People that played Dungeons and Dragons were just the kids that you looked at them like, oh, they're the guys who aren't getting laid. But then again, neither was I.
But speaking on audiobooks, I took off the audiobooks. Wahida, have they done audiobooks in your books?
Yes, all of my books are on audio form. But my publishing company, I have like 50 books in my publishing company, but it's hard finding African-American narrators to do the audiobooks. So I've been scrambling and going everywhere. Odess, Elance, everywhere trying to get narrators to read my audiobooks.
How many books do you have,
got
Wahida?
50 books?
Wahida Clark, how many you got?
That I published. I have other authors under my publishing company.
Okay.
I wrote 13, but I have a publishing company with about 20-something authors and about 50-something books.
So are these audio
stores.
books making it to the penitentiary or just your regular books?
No, just the regular. And the audio book market is growing. It is booming. I finally got my first 2 up maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I look on the sales dashboard. It's a huge market because the readers don't only just buy.
You know why?
first
Because
physical
music
book,
sucks.
They do the audio
Music
too.
sucks, and people you're
love
getting
it.
more out of listening to a book while you're driving down the road, or you're
Yes,
just chilling
it
at
is
home
booming.
than listening to the same 20 records being played
You're
over
only
and
playing
over again.
15 records.
You can get an
15 fucking
experience
records.
listening to an audio book. That market is just blowing up.
It's harder to read now too because I can't read like I used to because of the cell phones and the our brains are rewired. It's like Facebook, Twitter, email, back. Facebook. It's very hard to focus on a book book and actually just spend 3 hours reading a book.
That's right.
Hey, and that was TV. Okay, yo, this is Fine Level Podcast number 10, and this is movies. Has anybody seen a good movie?
I've been a couple of months, though. I saw Jim in a Spider-Man movie.
Nigga, that was an old Spider-Man movie.
I had one line in 2001.
That was 2001, nigga. That was not a couple of months ago.
That was a couple of months ago.
You was a funny-ass motherfucker.
We just went to go see The Rage Redemption, Part 2.
If you haven't seen The Raid, get The Raid. It's on Apple Television. It's out there. It's one of the most wild action films ever. The Raid Part 2 is out. I got to see that.
Oh, you ain't see that? Oh, you in for a treat.
No, I got to see. It's just wild action. I'm talking about super crazy fights. And if you're not into that?
No. You can only find 1 or 2 good movies in the movie theater.
I think
TV is a lot better right now.
I tell everybody.
I have to agree.
Yeah. Listen, I said it before. This is what I'm telling you. Go onto your cable system and find the Dusk Till Dawn series that Robert Rodriguez is doing on the El Rey channel.
Dusk Till Dawn. That was crazy.
Dusk Till Dawn. And it's
crazy.
really, really, really good. It's a series, and they just made it to the. I don't even want to tell you what it is.
Why don't you just tune into HBO and check out Jim Norton special?
Jim Norton special is raw, and you better be ready to watch that.
I have a newer one. It's on. You can go to my website, jimnorton.com, and it's called American Degenerate. It aired on, and it's on
American
Netflix.
Degenerate.
Yeah.
American Degenerate.
After the dick sucking story, I don't know what else.
American Degenerate.
I told that story 7 years ago. I forgot I haven't told that story in 7 years. Yeah. This one was shot last year in Boston.
I love it.
And that was movies. Okay, this Fine Level Podcast. Since we have Jim Norton here, we're about to do a new segment. This is called Comedy. And just basically we made this so Jim can just say funny shit.
And they're all true stories. None of them are lies.
No, I got to ask Jim a question, man. And I asked you this earlier during the podcast. I said, along your journey when you was picking up prostitutes, what else did you pick up?
You know what? I picked up crabs 3 times. Brie fried. Same girl. Twice. Same girl. She gave me crabs. And then I was like, I think she gave me crabs. And then I wasn't getting laid a lot.
Holding her face.
You had to do it again. You had to make sure it was her as a confirmation. And
ladies, oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I was 19 years old. I'm 45 now. This is 26 years
So
old.
you picked up a tranny too, I heard.
A tranny. I mean, I put a lot of them through college.
He's keeping it real, y'all.
This is keeping it
He's
real.
keeping it real.
I mean, put them through college.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love them.
Tell us a wild tranny story.
They're really the same as everybody else. They're just ladies with a little something extra. That's all they are.
We used to call in jail pussy on a stick.
Pussy on a stick, man. Pussy on a stick, man.
I never heard that expression,
That's
but
pussy
I want to
on
get
a
that
stick.
tattooed on my chest.
That's pussy on a stick.
Great
man.
fucking
gosh,
expression that
you
is.
know?
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
You said you damn near smothered a woman with your ass.
This was a girl I used to date. She liked me to sit on her face and smother her. That was what she liked. That's an old story, too. That's Monster Rain, right? Wow, you're reminding me of things I literally have not said in 7 years. Yeah, she was a submissive, so I don't want to be too dirty, this woman here. But she liked me to she liked to eat my ass, and I would make her do it. I apologize for that, but he mentioned the story. This girl's back here shaking her head.
She might have got hepatitis, though. What happened? How does she know it's clean?
But you got to remember, no matter how many women are shaking their heads, you're turning some the fuck on right now.
Yeah, but I would say a lot more.
Ice has a point.
A lot more are shaking their heads, and nobody in this room is turned on. There's not.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and the ones that are psychotic. I attract psychotic girls.
Oh my God.
Psychotic. But that's the like. I give this. I don't mind talking about this stuff. I'm not married. I have no kids. I don't care. Who knows anything? So like that. This privacy I'll give up. But other people don't want to talk about their private stuff. People,
Right.
we hold our privacy very very close.
Well, maybe it's because you don't have any kids or you don't have anybody for
Right.
the fallout to be
Sure.
connected to. It's just all you.
Yeah.
That's got to be kind of like free.
It's
like,
very free, and it's but most women don't want to put up with this. Like what woman? Like I did 2 books, and the first book was called Happy Endings, and I tell a lot of hooker stories in it. And I was dating a girl at the time, and none of it had anything to do with her.
Right.
But she was like, my people are going to think that this is me.
Right.
They're going to think it's me. And we were at a Simon & Schuster party, and one of the women who was helping publish the book walked up and said to her, "Was that you in that book?"
Wow.
And she fucking
I
turned,
know she wanted to
she
hide under
cried in the
a rock.
bathroom. She went and cried in the
Okay.
bathroom.
Some women have interact and deal with their husband's history.
Yes.
You know, I met Andrew Dice Clay's girl, and
Oh,
you kind of
my
look at her like,
gosh.
hello.
How
You
on
would
earth,
or when
right.
people meet Coco, they're like, okay, you at Ice. I never forget one time Whoopi was talking about me, and he was like, no, she was talking about Coco, and Whoopi Goldberg said, yeah, and Coco, you know, she's a down-ass sister. And somebody said, well, Whoopi, Coco is white. And she said, well, if she's living with Ice-T's mannish ass,
You like
she's
Whoopi,
an
though.
honorary
Give us
sister.
your Whoopi story. What's your Whoopi Goldberg story?
I don't really have one. I mean, I like her. I've interacted with her. She hung up on us. We had an argument on the radio years ago. I mean, we were talking about the Imus firing, and she was on a radio station competing with us, and we were talking about it, and she wanted Imus fired. And so I asked her on the air. I'm like, well, I said, Whoopi, you've been on the other end of a racial firestorm that was unjustified. I'm like, you were dating Ted Danson when he did that. And she's like, okay, hang on.
Right.
And they hung up on us. And I wasn't even attacking her. I like her. But
You're just saying you got to understand it can get funky sometimes.
it gets crazy when it shouldn't. So how could you be for firing Imus? You know, it really bothered me, the inconsistency. That was. But I actually like her. I did a George Carlin tribute with Whoopi. We were on a panel, and I like her.
Yeah. Whoopi's old school, and she, you know, she's always had my back. But you know, it's when you get opinions and you throw opinions around, we're not always all gonna agree, and that doesn't make us not friends.
That don't make you right or wrong. It's just your opinion.
Your opinion, you know. Okay, and that was comedy, and we definitely have a lot more comedy coming from Jim, because this motherfucker is crazy. Okay. This segment on the Final Level Podcast is one of my favorites. It's called "I'm Not a Hater, But I Hate Shit."
Hold up, Ice. I just left L.A., right? I was riding on freeways. What the hell could you hate riding on our highways in New York City?
Nigga, you know what I hate. I hate all these goddamn tolls. I hate the fact that in
You
New
can't
York
afford
City.
to go across the bridge?
No, listen, man. Listen. I'm from LA. Everybody knows that. In LA, we got what they call the freeway. Okay? The roads seem to be nice and smooth out there because everybody's pushing all the exotic cars. Then you come out here, and let's do the numbers.
Okay.
To go through the George Washington Bridge, how many cars do you think a day go through the bridge?
I give it 1 million. How many you give it, Jim?
Oh my
6.
God.
600,000.
No, I meant 6 cars. I'm just a guy who's really bad at guessing shit.
Oh my God.
Wahida Clark, what you think go
I
across the
just
George
hate
Washington?
coming to New York. It's a million cars. I just hate going through.
Let's just round off the numbers so nobody. No, let's
hate
say between the Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel, and George Washington Bridge.
I was just checking
understand
the amount of people that go across.
Do they
the
have
bridge.
it?
Well, do they have it?
I think on a Thanksgiving they were guessing 150,000.
That's it?
for just the GW. But that's just one.
Just
so
one
That's
bridge.
like GW.
The total again. That's this just this.
Okay, let's bring it down. Jim's coming with facts. We're not here
But I
to
don't
say.
even know. I honestly don't even know if that's the actual. But say it's 150 a day or 100 a
One
day. It's
bridge.
still 300 or 400,000
All right,
people
let's
over the
break
3
it down
a
to
day. It's a lot.
500,000. So that's 13 million. You know, it's still
7.5
7.5
Right.
million a day.
Right.
That's a lot of cake.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of cash. And then this place got more potholes. Back to the potholes.
my
Back to the famous potholes in New
my
York
God.
City.
And I hate it. So my thing is, I hate paying the toll, $13.50 every time. I live in New Jersey.
crazy.
I got to go to New York. It's not that I can't afford to pay
Right.
it. I just want to know where the money is going.
What
That's
if you
the
can't
question.
afford it?
No,
What if
no,
you
no,
get in
the
the car
que-
and got you no money?
What
Yeah,
we trying to
that's
say here,
fucked up.
Wahida and Jim, is if you're paying $13 per day to go across that bridge, then if you get to the Whitestone, you're paying $6.50. You're still gonna pay $13 to go back and forth into.
If you want to come through
Queens,
the tunnel
right?
from Brooklyn back, you got to pay.
It's gonna pay, but where's that dollar going? Because they're not servicing.
The
I don't see
roads.
no new parks. I don't see no new schools. I see a bunch of potholes, but yet and still you saying that we don't have no money.
They wasted.
Like he said, Los Angeles, California, take the money from taxes. So it's a freeway, and it's definitely smooth roads. What is New York City doing with this fucking
The
money?
same thing the government always does with money. They waste it. They just
How could
fucking
they waste that
it.
per?
That's a lot of money.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of
but they
money.
do, and there's
On
so many
what?
management positions.
On what?
They just there's
Just paying employees to work?
That question
No.
you're asking is a question that everyone asks, and there's like, well, this guy does that, and he does that, and they went to this department.
Spending
It just
$20
gets
on a
wasted.
roll of toilet
So what are we
paper.
paying?
Yeah, it's wasted.
What are we paying to ride these bridges for?
It's ridiculous. They say maintenance and upkeep,
What
which is
fucking
probably
maintenance?
probably
The question.
It's
Well,
a hole in it. I broke 2 rims coming out of the tunnel.
Out of
Yeah.
the George Washington Bridge, you got big potholes right there by the
Right
toll booth.
there.
And there's not even that many toll takers anymore. It's all easy pass.
Easy pass, absolutely.
It's a great hustle. It's a great hustle.
Well, guess
it's
what?
A lot
You know
of
what I want to
money
say?
a day.
I want to say, I need to work at the toll booth. That's all. Give me a job there too, so I can steal me some damn money.
You know, that's not an important
what else
job
do you
when
think
you can be
generates
replaced
that
with a
kind of money
basket.
a day?
Basically, told people like when they're not there, you throw money into a basket or you drive through. It's an unnecessary job. It's an unnecessary.
What
job.
What other thing generates that kind of money a day in the city?
Our public transportation. Our public transportation. We get 2-3 million people riding our trains and buses every day. Where's that money going?
It's not going to. They say maintenance and upkeep, and but it's not. It's just going from more management positions. That's
you
why.
Go to the train station. Have you rode the train lately?
Train's expensive now.
I know you got a nice car out there, but do you ride train?
I do. Yes.
It smells like piss.
I know.
Yeah,
That's actually why
That's
I like
right.
the train. But I mean, yeah.
Oh my God.
There goes Jim
Oh
again.
my God.
But yeah, I look. They waste the money.
He's a motherfucker.
Logically correct, but there's never going to be a logical answer to it. They
It's
are just
not.
wasteful.
It's not.
These the government wastes money. That's why you hate paying more taxes.
And you know what? It
They
might be
fucking
something with
hate
New
it.
York. It might be
wish I could
something
get
with New York, though.
1%. Just 1% of that toll money.
It
No,
might
we
be
gotta-
something with New York because look at your airports.
No, we got to
Even
pay
Obama
toll.
said, or
we got to
was
pay
it-
toll and taxes, and still don't get nothing done here in New York.
And who was it? Biden said going through LaGuardia or JFK was like going through a third world country. What is up with New York? Your tolls, your airports. Everything's just raggedy.
I drove to Atlantic City. I had to pay I think it's about 4 tolls just to get down to Atlantic City. It's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm not a hater, but I hate handing over money to all these goddamn toll booths, and I do not see where the money's going, and you still got potholes. Can you feel me out there?
Can
I
you
feel
fix
you.
this
I
shit
feel
then?
you.
I'm not a hater,
What'd
but
you
I
say,
hate
Jim?
this shit.
I'm not a hater, but I'll say one thing that I think we can all agree on. Stop with the bait and switch. Send the girl who's in the picture. I sent one girl back. I'm too nice. I'm a sap. I usually I'll just plow through it like a professional. But I wound up sending one girl back. I gave her $50 for cab fare. I'm
that's
like, I'm
cool.
sorry, miss, but this is the girl. It was like this little blonde girl I had ordered, and this woman looked like.
Yeah, order.
Remember the Wild Samoans from World Wrestling Federation?
my
She looked like both of
God.
them. So I gave her some money for cab fare, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they do that a lot."
So that was I'm not a hater.
not a
So
hater.
we hate tolls and we hate not sending the correct hookers that are in the picture.
That's right, bait and switch.
You know, the reason we get mad about the bait and switch or toll booths is because we as consumers don't feel like we're getting the value of what we put in. Frankly, that situation is more the rule than the exception. Not with Squarespace. Squarespace not only puts out amazing products, but it's an incredible all-around company. Squarespace is founded and based in the USA, puts a lot of great Americans to work, treats them incredibly well, has tremendous innovation, is a joy to work with, creates tremendous value for their customers, and has an amazing office atmosphere that makes the Google campuses look like prison. These are the kind of companies we need to buy from and support. That's why I use Squarespace to build PBH gear and the Ice-T finallevel.com. Squarespace plans start at $8 a month and come with a free domain name when you sign up for a year. $8 a month, all right? For a free trial with no credit card required, just go to squarespace.com. When you're blown away and ready to confirm a plan, use the offer code ICE to get 10% off. You'll be getting a great deal, supporting the podcast, helping to keep it free. That's SQUARESPACE.com, offer code ICE. So we got a lot of final level people sending in websites, but the best one I got recently was from Justin Stewart, aka Justin 3000. Justin's a really dope designer and an artist. His website is simple, beautiful, and it covers all the bases. He's able to include a portfolio of his logos, comics, book cover designs, and illustrations. He even linked up to all his social media on his page, as well as he created a contact form so anyone can reach him for business inquiries. That's the business. If Squarespace is good enough for Justin's fly ass, it's surely good enough for you. That's squarespace.com, offer code ICE. Please support them since they're supporting us.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
This is Final Level Podcast number 10. We're moving into this segment, which is called Behind SVU. Okay, so guess what? SVU got picked up. All you
I saw
motherfuckers.
that happened this week, right?
Yep, and all our fans, all my hardcore fans, the SVU motherfuckers was really worried. All the ladies out there that listen
Why
to
you trying to act like just the fucking fans was worried? You was too.
No, I wasn't worried. I never let them see. You didn't see the Iceberg Swim movie? The first thing, the rule to the game is no matter what, you never let them see you sweat. You understand? Or I never admit to sweating.
I walk in panicking and begging. They know they have me immediately. I'm a terrible negotiator.
You know what, Jim? I never worried about my job because I'm dead locked in. I never really worried about the ratings because I knew that the ratings were high. We were just kind of concerned with just negotiating bullshit that had nothing to do with our show. Gotcha. And I told you, Mickey, I said, hey, if they don't pick us up, it's some other shit. Because we had the ratings.
True.
Okay.
Right? I'm good on the show. I'm one of the only...
How long you been there again?
16 years.
Damn.
You know, they're not worried about my acting. They like my acting. So what am I really worried about other than some off-the-wall shit happening?
Right.
And it didn't happen. NBC came to their senses. They said, let's get this show. This show is, now the longest running drama on television.
So they picked up 3 of Dick Wolf's shows on NBC?
Yes, sir. They got, they have Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Law and Order SVU.
Wow.
Now, here's a secret. Everybody thinks that we broke for hiatus. Due to the fact we got the pickup, we will start back to work next week. And we will shoot 3 of season 16 shows. Nobody knows this. This is an exclusive on the podcast. I'm the first person to say this. So all the SVU fans, a lot of the SVU fans can't stomach my podcast. They like Odafin Tutuola, the cop and stuff. So when they can't, the ladies, I can't nice you. I like to believe you're that nice guy on television. But those of you that can get through the podcast because you're a little more hardcore, tell your girlfriends that
it will
SVU
return.
Not only will return, but we are still going to be in production till the end of June.
Oh, shit.
So if you guys are coming out to see us on the set or see us on location, which a lot of our fans do, they travel.
Wow.
We'll be in production for 3 more episodes just to get off to the races.
They don't really do that, though. Why would they do that? Why would they shoot 3 episodes prior to opening up season 16?
Honestly, it's a personal favor they're doing to the cast so that we can have July and August off.
Oh, okay.
When normally would you have come back?
Well, if they break now, we would come back like near the end of July.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So everybody's like, hey, let us work to the end of June. Right. Also, it has a lot to do with kids to get off from school.
Summer vacations.
Summer vacation. So they're going to do that. That's just a solid they're doing for us.
So that's pretty cool.
That's really
absolutely cool.
And my mom said to give you her love.
Hey, you know
Mama
what?
Clark said,
I give it back. And so this is behind the scenes at SVU. I would like to give I made a lot of jokes, but I like to give a very, very sincere thank you to all the fans that supported us through the storm when they were playing like they didn't know whether they was going to pick us up. People were getting nervous, but we got picked up. Season 16 will be in the can. Ice-T will be on the show. We're all coming back with the same cast. And thank you. What else can I say? Thank you. That was behind the scenes at SVU. This is Final Level Podcast number 10, and this is music. I think the biggest news in music right now is this potential deal for my homie, my best friend in the world, Doc. I'm getting gassing this up, Dr. Dre. Apparently, Apple is thinking about buying the Beats by Dre technology, and it could be a $3.2 billion deal.
Not million.
You talk about paying
billion.
Now, let's break $1 billion down. $1 billion is 1,000 million.
Million.
So that's 3 3,000 million. So that means you could take 3,000 $1 bills and stack $1 million on top of each one.
Hit me up on Twitter.
Dre ain't gonna get all that. Even if Dre just gets $1 billion, I feel he can find it somewhere in his soul to loan me 10 million.
Well, we got to base this on, watching how Dr. Dre earned his keep in the music game. The breakup with NWA, him getting a label, walking away from a label, and then picking up like 50 Cent and Eminem, and doing the Beats by Dre and Game, then picking up the Beats by Dre
and
with
Kendrick
him and
Lamar.
Yeah, I mean
Dre ain't never had a bad record.
And
Dre is
producing
the business.
great product.
Kurtz, don't forget
he
the
produced
sister.
product, great product. But then, jumping in with Jimmy Levine and that right there, the Beats
Jimmy
by
Iovine.
Jimmy Iovine.
There you go, another Mick Benzo moment.
Yeah, Jimmy Levine. Nah, Jimmy Iovine. But then looking at him going into Chrysler, putting those Beats by Dre in Chrysler. Now, Apple wants to pick up and really pay the money.
It's
for
in
it.
Hewitt Packard. Beats by Dre is through Monster Cable. Monster Cable started out just making cables for car stereos, and they parlayed into this. But they were smart. They say Dre's records always sounded the best because Dre is an engineer too. He's a producer and an engineer. He always made his records sound crisp, and people now they like running around. Oh, Dre might get $1 billion, this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, but he just didn't wake up and get the $1 billion. He's put 30 years of work in to this point. How you feel about it, Jim?
Well, as a music guy, you got to be concerned. Like the way music is now free, it's really hard to get people to pay for music anymore.
Absolutely.
Especially with things like Spotify and all these things. Where I forget what the artists get off Spotify, but it's horrendous. So all the money comes from touring. So anytime something new comes out where people can just get the music really easily, it has to scare musicians. I mean,
Absolutely.
Although you can put your own music out now without the overhead of a label, you could just get it up and upload it to iTunes. So there's a lot of shit is cut out of the overhead. But I think it's a frightening time for musicians, and there has to be a new way to get paid on the music.
After 4,175,000 such and such plays, Pandora pays Bette Midler $144.21.
It's a 4 million plays. Yeah,
4 million downloads.
4,175,000
$144.21.
It's rough out here for
It's
a pimp.
rough.
The music business is rough. Man, people ask me why I'm on SVU. I'm like, because the check
Smart
clears.
move.
Yeah,
Smart
but
move.
since we in the music, Ice got some great news.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, God bless you. $1 billion. Send me the $10 million check, man, and I will be promoting you for the rest of your life as being my greatest friend on earth. And I'm only serious.
Big up Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr.
He got
that's a
people
big
to buy
one.
headphones that have existed for years, and he somehow made headphones cool.
Popular.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like
Very
Bose
popular.
headphones, I thought had the market, and nobody was going to steal that market. He makes them red, and all of a sudden, nobody under 20 wants
Beats
to
by
buy
Dre,
headphones.
baby.
Beats
Beats
by
by
Dre.
Dre,
And
baby.
that's,
smart guy.
and that's all Dr. Dre, and I'm only playing Dre. I don't want you to send me money. Just
No, but
$1
I do.
million
I'm
or
not
two.
Well, I want to
playing.
do your book, Dre. I want to collaborate you with a book. So hit
He's
me
the
up
man
at
now.
Wahida Clark.
His phone has to go. Right now, it's like he hit the lotto. He has to go get a facelift.
He gotta go
disappear,
hide out. He gotta hide
grow a
out.
beard.
Hit me
he
up.
has
But he
to
earned it. He earned it. He earned
disappear.
it. So that was a good thing that he earned it. It wasn't given
He's
to
in
him.
Tahiti
That's
I'm cool
right.
with
someplace.
that. you
Like
know?
That's
he's
right.
in Tahiti. He's like doing like a Apocalypse Now. Like he's somewhere up in the
Whispering on the
mountains,
phone.
some damn place.
Paid the
God
cost
bless
to be
you,
the
Dre.
boss.
Dre,
right?
you did it, baby. Big
Now.
up. That's what rap music can do for others if you stay down for a long time.
And keep it real.
All right, so you got some news coming up. What, June 10th? I can't remember what it is. June 10th.
Bottom line is, Body Count got a record deal. We signed to Sumerian Records. The record is coming out June 10th. The name of the album is Manslaughter. And today on the Final Level podcast, we are going to debut the first single. This is the first time you're going to hear this anywhere in the world, right here on the podcast. And Jim, this is like, I think, one of the essences of life. The name of the song, the first song on the album, is called Talk Shit, Get Shot. Mickey Benzo,
We
bring it
couldn't
in.
wait for y'all to listen to this right now. You're going to listen to the Final Level podcast, the new single by Body Count. Here it is. Talk shit, get shot. Go!
Talk shit, get shot. Act hard, motherfucker, get shot. Pop off, get shot. Run up, Motherfucker ain't got shot in a while. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot. Prepare for impact, mask and black cats. You was speaking, now you're leaking with your bitch ass. I'ma say this once, I don't play with the AK and trip. I hit you my clips and flip you. I'm not your average, a reaper with the sweeper. Conflict turns the clock, kicks and bullet hits. Motherfucker talk shit, get your wig split. I don't give a fuck about you and your bitch click. Talk shit, get shot. Act hard, motherfucker, get shot. Pop off, get shot. Run up, motherfucker, get shot. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot in a while. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot. Don't push, motherfucker, I push back. Fuck with me and catch a 223. We in the age of the gauge, double lots to make the talk stop. Black ops, I fucking live for the headshot. Act hard, motherfucker, stick your chest out. Break north, bitch, that would be your best route. Don't test me, I'm a psycho with the rifle. Beast with the piece, bully with the fully. Anyone can get it. Anyone can get it. Like you're in church, praying to God. Anyone can get it. Just coming backstage, trying to get an autograph. Anyone can get it. For some reason, you motherfuckers think this is a game. You think you can say anything you want and nothing will ever happen to you. You think we live in a new age. But let me tell you, it can happen real easy. Don't make me bring the gravity, nigga. You can get hit with the fifth, twisted with the biscuit, blasted with the ratchet, jack with the Mac, body with the shotty, dump with the pump, rock with the Glock, sprayed with the K, dome with the chrome, down with the pound, tap with the strap, whack with the gat, dusted with the musket, tag with the mag, wet with the Intratec, bled with the lead. Talk shit. Get shot! Act hard, motherfucker! Get shot! Pop off! Get shot! Run up! Get shot!
Y'all just heard the Talk Shit, Get Shot single right here on the podcast first. So guess what? You guys were special to us, and we special to you. Spread the word. Body Count's back.
The original OG is back.
And we're moving. We're moving closer to June 10th release date of Manslaughter. You heard it first on the Final Level podcast.
I want to ask you a question about when you do a record, and how much of a critical, but people's opinions and critics' opinions, do you take that to heart, or are you able to let bad stuff roll off their back?
I don't really listen to critics. I listen to the fans. So I'll take more. If I know you're a real fan, like you like me already, then I'll listen to your opinion.
If you have the criticism, okay.
Yeah, like if you know Ice is not an enemy, then maybe I got some constructive criticism. Okay. But if you already hate me, I don't care what the fuck you're saying. So that's how I kind of like, so if I'm listening to if I'm getting a review from somebody that likes it, I can tell when someone's hating or someone's being critical. A thing about me is it's like I think with each artist, you have to know what the artist is before you can criticize them. It's kind of like I have to know what Jim Norton does. I got to know your get down. I got to know your style of jokes. I can't come to you with the idea I'm listening to another comedian because you're gonna throw me the fuck off. Yeah. So I got to know that somebody's in my groove, and then they could say, that you could have been harder, or that was dope, or I didn't like this. I listen, but I just don't listen to every fucking body. I don't listen to every fucking body because a lot of people, like, even when we did Cock Killer, most people hate that record and never heard it.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, I'll say Talk Shit Get Shot, people like, I don't like that record. You don't like the title.
That's
You know,
what, right.
That's all you know about it. You ain't heard it yet. And also a lot of stuff I do, especially with Body Count, is intentionally what I call grindhouse. It's over the top. It's ridiculously violent. It's crazy. It's not meant to be taken seriously. You know, so
It's a movie. It's an acting job. It's something that you can see. When you go to movies and the motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger shooting up 20,000 police, is that real?
the one thing
Exactly. That's how I feel about comedy too. That's exactly what you just said. We all know, like, actors are allowed to do whatever they want.
Right.
Stephen King kills children in his books.
Right.
But if you do a joke about the wrong thing, you're sunk.
Right,
Or if
that's true.
you sing, rappers get a lot of crap too, content wise. They're the only musicians I think that get the same amount of shit as comedians.
That's
or
why I'm
rappers.
doing rock, because in rock you got more leeway. But my thing is that no matter how hard you do it, it's not hard enough for some people.
Right.
No
Yeah.
matter how soft you do it, it's still too
that's right.
hard for some people. So just do you. All of us as artists have this thing inside of us. There's things I won't do.
Listen, we can't please everyone, and that's
No.
just the bottom line.
What I'm saying is everybody in their self has their own limiter. And that's basically what you have to use. You can't limit me. She can't limit me. Or maybe I do cross a line and somebody's able to criticize me correctly. And I go, you know what? Yeah, that was fucked up. You know, because we're human.
Right.
But this album, I don't really give a fuck. Manslaughter. Go buy it. Go kill 20 kids on the way to the store with your car if that's what it takes to get there.
And you just heard the single, Talk Shit Get Shot.
And that was music. My new single might be called Talk Shit Get Shot, though realistically, we live in a society where you're more likely to talk shit and get sued. You need to be prepared for anything, and that includes making sure you're legally covering all of your needs. Yet not everybody can afford an expensive lawyer to take care of every little detail in your life. Luckily, a lot of our basic necessities are just simply filing a litany of simple legal forms and making sure you're following the proper procedures. That's why you need to use LegalZoom.com. With LegalZoom, you can do everything from creating a will, trademark, transfer power of attorney, and forming your own LLC. Every business needs to have an LLC, even all you artists. The reason why is because you cannot have your personal assets tied to your company in case anything awful happens. If you don't have an LLC and someone sues you, they can get you for every asset you have. You never know what can happen in business, and you have to have all your bases legally covered. Now that's some real game for all you players out there. LegalZoom provides a great solution that works for the busy player on the go and is affordable for businesses of all sizes. You also get the personal attention you need, and they'll help you take care of all the details. Your business is your baby, and you need to work with a company who understands that. When using LegalZoom, they'll call you with every important update in the creation of any legal document or entity to make sure you are kept privy to all your business. LegalZoom's been helping families and small business owners for over 14 years, so visit LegalZoom today. For an extra exclusive discount, enter ICE in the referral box at checkout. That's LegalZoom.com, discount code ICE. LegalZoom provides legal help through independent attorneys and self-help services, but is not a law firm. Go to LegalZoom.com, enter discount code ICE. This is news. Okay, what's going on in the news, man? What's going on? What have you noticed?
Well, I've noticed that there've been some women kidnapped.
What's that? I'm not familiar
Wahida, you
with
familiar
that.
with that?
In Nigeria, absolutely. This militant group called Boko Haram, they stormed this boarding school in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, start burning it down, taking all the young girls ages like 10 on up, and just kidnapped them all and burnt down the school because they mad that girls are not supposed to get educated. They say they being westernized.
What is
and
this?
they ain't going for it.
They're
Is this
Islamic.
slavery again?
No, they're
Islamic?
Islamic. They're Muslims. So they're radical Muslims, and they took the girls and they're threatening to sell them off into either slavery or marriage. They're going to sell them into
That's
something.
what they said.
How many girls did they take? How many
Over
in the United
200?
States? How
Like
much?
Over
200?
200. Over
200 girls?
200 females. Yes.
So they're right now in captivity. They're all.
Yeah.
They got them. They're gone. And the crazy thing is, this been going on in Nigeria for a while. The only reason why the Nigerian president is actually doing something because all this spotlight is on them. The West is involved now, so he has to step up and like, okay, now we got to do something.
Well, Michelle Obama tweeted a photo of herself holding a piece of paper. I don't know
She
what it's.
sure
Yeah, she said
did.
free my ladies.
Free
or
my
something.
girls or
Free
something.
my
Yeah,
girls.
so
Yeah.
Bring back my
Bring
girls.
back my Bring
back my
Hashtag
girls.
bring back our girls.
I mean, I gotta really apologize. I mean, me myself, I really. I mean, honestly, I keep the radio off. I'm not really into what's going on in pop culture. I try to stay out of it because it's now pop culture just kind of makes everybody want to argue, and it's lots of lies and stuff. So every time when I do get a chance to listen to the news, I want the real news. I don't like the news when they say this happened. Oh, we heard it happen. You know, like now the news gives out hearsay.
It's gossip.
Yeah, but this is something real, and this is
this
heavy. It made me
Yeah.
sit back in my seat.
it's
unbelievable.
crazy.
So what's gonna happen? And is anybody making any moves?
what do they want? Have they asked for anything? I don't know what when you kidnap
It's
somebody. you
crazy.
There's no demands, right?
Well, no demands really. The terrorist got up and said Allah told him to do this, and that's why he did. Allah told him to kidnap the girls and take the girls.
So where are they
And,
being
it's
held?
Crazy. No one knows.
No one knows.
But they did
No one
say
knows.
that they think they're taking
Too
them to
much
Cameroon from Nigeria, because where they were located, it was on the border of Nigeria and Cameroon, and that's what everyone is fearing. Once they get in Cameroon, they will never see these girls again, even though they say they're going to find them. But
Well, that's crazy,
Crazy.
man. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to get more into that. I think maybe next podcast we'll update you on this. Usually when we do news on the podcast, it's a serious thing. Also, we were just talking about Putin over there, moving over and saying that. What's his game? What's his?
he said
Wants to
this
take
morning
over.
the ticker across CNN said that he's pulling back the troops, but NATO said no, they don't see no signs of him pulling back nobody. They still firm, trying to take over. Putin is
He wants
old
that. He
school
wants
Putin is
Hitler.
gangster.
He wants-
right.
Putin is gangster. I mean, Obama can say whatever he wants. Putin is like, fuck you, fuck the United States. If you got a problem, I got an army.
I like Putin, and I'll tell you why. Because the rest of the world, after the Soviet Union fell, all of a sudden America are shitheads.
Right.
Like they loved us when they were afraid of the Russians coming in, but as soon as the Soviets fall, Europe, they formed the European Union, and they're like, "Oh fuck America."
Okay.
So welcome back, Soviet Union.
Oh, shit.
Welcome back. Now
So
people
he's
can
just
look at
letting
them.
us know how they really feel. That's what you're saying.
Well, yeah, because now that people had no fear of the Soviet Union, they looked at us like we were just all of a sudden we're dickheads. For years, they loved us because we were the counterbalance to the Soviet Union, and then the Soviet Union collapses, and now then the whole world resents America. So I kind of like the fact that there's going to be the Russians again, and then people will have to make a decision. Well, do we like the way America does things,
Okay,
or we would rather
I
have
got
Putin
you.
come in?
Oh,
and
I
kick our
got
front
it. It's
door
just
down.
like a street cat, where the cops is hot on you, everybody's hating on you, then another guy starts popping on the other side of town. Now they can really be mad at him. So now it's kind of like I think what Jim's saying. You want to see a real enemy? You want to see a real problem? We're so bad. Now Putin is finna go and get his
Okay,
gangster
gotcha.
on, and people will
Okay.
really see
Gotcha.
what the United. You know what it is? World politics ain't never going to be no peace. Bottom line, because it never was. And everybody. My philosophy is everybody wants to be happy, but everyone else's happiness infringes the other person's happiness. And when there's money involved, I mean, war is just
always
imminent.
money.
Everyone's going to be getting down, and this world is just going to warp. It's like a Rubik's Cube. It just keeps moving. So Putin moves over into this area.
Okay.
And it's funky, man. I'm just praying to God motherfuckers don't fuck with the bombs, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming because we were just watching them Doomsday Preppers. Ice,
Yeah.
y'all got to check that show.
Yeah, I
out.
watched that shit.
Crazy.
Motherfuckers have enough food down in their
Crazy.
backyard to live for 6 months and shit. And then they forgot where they was gonna shit though.
Wow. So that's news, huh?
Yeah. So we got problems out there. We got missing girls, and we got Putin doing his gangster act, about to, you know,
Take over?
I'm lost for words. What's the area they're moving into?
Crimea?
The Ukraine.
Into the Ukraine, excuse me.
Crimea, yep.
So Putin wants all that to be Russia. We already know that. There's people inside the Ukraine that want it to be Russia. United States is on the sideline popping shit, but ain't gonna really do nothing because we don't want to get into that. We got enough shit on our hands. Hopefully these girls will come home safe. This is crazy, and the world is crazy, and that was news. Okay, this is Ice-T Final Level Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got Wahida Clark in the house, the homie Jim Norton, and this is sports. What's going on in sports, Mickey?
Man, I gotta recap. I have to recap.
But Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, for sure. And I told you the
He
kid
won!
But the kid he was fighting was not a bum. Now it's time for Floyd to go ahead and fight your guy.
I didn't pay for that pay-per-view. I told you I wasn't paying.
I think people would pay
They wasn't getting my
$100 if
money.
you fight your guy.
Who, Pacquiao?
Oh, they'll pay $100 on pay-per-view if you
He
fight
should fight
your guy.
Pacquiao in Madison Square Garden for free.
Woo.
That would be
Oh,
not
that's cold.
in Madison
free.
City, in
For
Central
free.
Park,
No one does anything for free.
outside of my
That's
house,
Floyd
downstairs
Mayweather,
in my
baby.
lobby.
That's Floyd Mayweather, baby.
Floyd
But I guarantee you they'll pay
Money
$100 pay-per-view to see that fight right there.
I pay to see that, but
Yeah.
I already told you I wasn't paying to see the other one because I knew what it was going to be. This is what they do right now. You know, they create the hype. They create these fighters' images. But God bless Floyd Mayweather. And I don't really think anybody out there, pound for pound, he's the best. He's a genetic freak. And he's going to be really, really hard to beat. The only way he's going to beat is he's just going to get older or just lose the fighting spirit. You know, Mike Tyson said that. Once your heart ain't there,
Yeah, it ain't there.
Yeah.
then you
That's
ain't gonna
true.
fight.
Don't you
no
think
That's
boxing
true.
though? Boxing, like I'm a UFC fan, and boxing, because Mayweather and Pacquiao never happened, they just don't give you the fights you want. Like,
Absolutely.
UFC gives you the fights you want within 6 months, and then there's a whole new rivalry, and they always give you the matches. But like the original Tyson Holyfield, you know, before he went away, that wasn't going to happen anytime soon. They always make you wait until they can get as much as they can in a pay-per-view, and it's hurt the sport a lot. And that's why
Absolutely.
UFC is so popular, because boxing hurt itself.
I'm a huge UFC fan. You know, Dana White, the whole get down. The only thing I see with UFC is that I couldn't bet on it. It's like a game you can never bet because anybody can get it. And I think that hurts the fighters getting money. You know, it's really hard to really get up into the numbers. I think, you know, probably Anderson Silva, when they're fighting, they might be getting $500,000. That's not a lot of
That's
money.
not a lot of money.
To risk your life in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really hard. But I know Dana White's caking out. Don't get it twisted. Somebody's
he's
getting paid.
his.
Somebody's getting paid. But it's just so many different fights, and I mean, I'm watching everybody, and I'll watch a guy, and I'm like, he's a beast. He's a beast. Bing! Oh shit!
He's going.
He's on his back.
If you pay Floyd Mayweather the right amount of money, it could happen.
Yeah.
But
this is a sport that got to be paid for. He's not doing it just to do it.
no. But
bro.
we get that. We're just
Right.
talking about. Also, you got to remember in boxing, the money class used to be the heavyweights.
Yeah, it's no more heavyweights
So
out there.
boxing
Yeah,
is
because the real trainers is gone.
Yeah,
The
boxing's
dude
in
that
a
trains
weird place.
Tyson,
Yeah.
it's no real good trainers out
Boxing's in a weird place.
my feedback.
UFC is the future. But I would like to see the UFC fighters get in a position where they can get some money.
Well, John Jones is the one guy. I mean, because he's, what is he? I think he's 19-0, and the one fight he lost was on an illegal. He was destroying the guy, and it was an illegal, like
Elbow.
a 12 o'clock elbow, and they disqualified him. So
Wow.
technically, he's 20-0. He's never been beaten.
Absolutely.
He's the guy who can maybe, you know, raise that kind of gambling money. But anybody can lose in UFC. It's a really weird kind of paradoxical sport.
But you know, you look at Chuck Liddell, who the Iceman. You know, he ain't rich. And he busted a lot of ass. He won a lot of fights. This is all I'm saying. I'm like, you know, I would like to see some of those athletes reap the rewards for the show they're putting on. Is there
That's
anything
fair.
wong with
That's
what I'm
fair.
saying?
No,
No,
you're
I
right.
don't think so.
And
That's good.
the endorsements will
Right.
do it a little
That's
bit. Like
fair.
Silva's got Burger King. Like as it gets bigger and bigger, those guys will get more and more endorsements. It's not there yet.
It's a new sport,
newer
though. Remember, boxing been around for ages. That's the only difference, bro. This is a brand new sport, and it's working.
Yeah.
UFC is working. That's all.
And also in sports, let's talk about this clown ass Donald Sterling.
Who is that?
What the fuck is the matter with
Who
this
the
dude?
fuck is he?
Exactly. I didn't know who he was.
gosh.
I didn't know who he was till he opened up his dumb ass mouth
Yeah.
and made those statements.
None
Now,
of us
I'm
did.
split on this. First off, obviously he's hanging out with the wrong bitch because she's tape recording every goddamn word he says.
He
and
told
stuff
her to
like
tape. He said it was
said
cool for
tape
the
it.
tape.
No,
yeah.
I think my opinion
is
is
that true though?
My
right?
opinion is my only an opinion. I think she's bullshitting because I think New York and Vegas are the only ones that have one party listening, where it means you have to let the other person know. And I just know that because sometimes you want to.
Yeah,
flirt
but
and something.
I mean, take a look at him, take a look at her. Huh. Okay,
Right.
what do you got to say?
Right.
What's going on there? He
Right.
bought her 2 Bentleys and 2 Ferraris. Okay, so my point is this. When people seem so shocked when he said it, I always tell people, a lot of people have a lot of hidden feelings, and they're just one argument or one drink away
Right.
from really
Right.
letting you
Right.
know how
Right.
they feel. Now, how many other owners feel like that? Or how many other CEOs of big companies and corporations that we invest in and we go to daily feel like that? And even your best friend, you get in an argument, he could say something. You be like, oh,
That's
is
how
that
you
how
really
you really
feel?
feel? So I think we just really got to look, how they say under the sheet of a cat that, and also I think, I'm just running my mouth, but I think he got a little butthurt too. I think, this is supposed to be his broad. He thinks she's checking on some other dudes.
Yeah, that's
And he got a little
He's
butthurt.
80 fucking years old.
Still,
When
that'll make
80 plus years old.
Hey, that shit in your heart will make you say something. I'll give you an example. I won't mention any names, but Coco has a friend, right? And she was dealing with a white dude, right? Okay. Before that, she was dealing with a black dude, okay? When her and the white dude broke up, he said, oh, now you can go back to fucking niggas.
Whoa.
See?
Well, that was on his mind all the
No,
time.
he was butthurt. At that moment, he was feeling it, and that was on his mind. And when you get hurt like
So
that,
you don't think he meant it?
he definitely meant,
No, he meant it.
But I'm saying when you get put in that vulnerable position, that's when it's going to come out.
The dangerous part, like even though the guy's a hunk of shit, but it's a private conversation, and that really bothers me
Yes.
that we are now taking private conversations.
Yeah, that's the-
And it happened to Alec Baldwin. It happened to Mel Gibson. Nobody gave Tiger Woods his privacy. We felt entitled to look at people's private lives.
Yeah.
And Abdul-Jabbar wrote a great thing for Time.com about nobody cared when this guy was demonstrating what a cocksucker he was for years.
Right.
He was
Right.
being sued for this
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Nobody cared.
Right.
Now all of a sudden that he says the inappropriate things and it's overheard and we have it on tape and now we care.
Yeah.
It should be by what you do, not what you say. If
Absolutely.
he's a shitty guy, get
Been
him on what he
shitty.
did. Get him
Well-
on what he did.
Well, that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna get him on what the fuck he did. He don't need to be. We don't. Listen. First and foremost, he says, "I buy you black guys cars and houses, nigga. We buy you boats and yachts.
Right.
Without us, motherfucker, you wouldn't have none of that. You'll have a stadium full of no players
That's
and nobody.
right.
We there to make people buy your hot dogs." We there to make people buy your popcorn. We there to buy your memorabilia. We are there playing a game for you. So don't talk about us that way. You know what? Fuck him. He's 85. It'll be
Well, he
any
said he
day.
was, but look, he said he
Any
was
day.
hurt. He said she was talking. He wanted her. She was talking to this
See?
black
But
dude.
Jim,
he
he's a
was
racist
jealous.
anyway, though.
But
He
Butthurt.
was
you're right. He is a
okay.
racist. He absolutely
He's
is
a racist anyway, Jim.
Being
and he
a
got caught. He
but
got caught.
yes. And we all feel good about seeing a guy get busted like that because he's a cocksucker.
Yeah.
And it taps into that emotion
Yeah.
of seeing a cocksucker. But the reality is this: in a private conversation,
Yeah. I
know.
care.
You got a point.
A private conversation, because if it's that tomorrow today, what's it going to be tomorrow?
Right.
And the bottom line, let's say this: forget racism.
Okay.
Do you want everything you said tape recorded? Because we all say
made
things that
public.
shouldn't
Well,
be.
this is
For
called
public.
person of interest, bro. You have the phone, you have the internet, you got cable, all the, you have those boxes that you said in the houses,
Yeah.
the Nelson boxes.
No,
all them
Hey,
shits
Jim.
are recording you every day. Right
I
now,
don't even talk no more. It's like I told him we're in this studio and you think you're with your boys and you're having your little conversation
Right.
and you look to your left and your boy got a camera phone going.
Yeah.
Like she got a
Like she
phone.
got a
She's
phone.
doing one and you're like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Yo, this Hood TV, son. I'm shaping for Hood TV.
See?
For all you know, I'm about to talk about a murder or some shit. That, everything.
it's not supposed to be recorded.
And
bottom line.
now we've crossed into that realm. So I guess the word to the wise is freedom of speech.
But watch
just
what you
watch
say.
what you say.
So I'm fine with that. I'll give up my privacy if everyone gives up theirs. I'm fine
Just like
with
my
him getting
gun.
caught
I
like
say
that.
the same thing about the weapons, you know?
Yeah, if
When all
everyone's
the
willing to give
police
them
lay
up.
their guns down, he'll lay his down.
But if everyone's willing to give up their privacy, then I say crucify this guy for what he said in private. But the same people that are going after him, try asking them, send your text messages out. Not one of them will do it.
I got you.
Right.
Because everybody, he got caught.
He got caught.
Yeah.
man.
He got caught. And I think
Busted.
we're all saying the same thing. Just because he got caught, imagine how many other people carry those
Absolutely.
same feelings,
Absolutely.
but they just haven't gotten
They
caught.
haven't got caught.
Yep.
And you know, this is the kind of drama that goes on in sports, and this ain't even have nothing to do with the actual sport. There's an NBA playoffs going on right now.
Playoffs should be focused on more than Donald.
and we're worried
Playoffs.
about this clown.
They're in a bad spot, the NBA, though, because the reality is, I mean, I understand why high-profile players are not going to want to go with this guy. They were threatening to boycott the game, so the NBA had to react, and they know it's going to get tied up in court for years, but they had to do something. So David Silver came out and banned him for life.
How does you and Opie and Anthony feel about this shit?
We talked about the same freedom of speech stuff. And
Yeah.
the issue is...
You on Sirius XM, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
All right.
It's a catch-22 because the guy's a piece of shit, so it's hard to feel empathy for him because he's not a good guy.
Okay,
Right.
so what did you
Okay.
say? It's hard to feel sympathy for him because
Yes.
he's a piece of shit.
But-
and that's it.
But the reality...
We're there. We reached
but
reached
that's
where we want to
Nick,
be.
like,
That's a
That's it,
semicolon.
that's
It's not a
all.
period. That's a semicolon.
Semicolon.
It's a semicolon.
What comes after the semicolon?
Because every one of us has things that will cause somebody to think we're
Okay.
pieces of shit.
I got
Like
you.
I'm for
That's
gay
true.
marriage. There are people that find that opinion
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
repulsive
Yeah,
Okay,
and
you-
offensive and vile. So no matter what you do,
If
that's
people-
just an obvious.
Hey,
piece
hey,
of
you know,
shit
Jim,
thing.
if people knew what I did in the bedroom and shit, they probably think I was a piece of
People
shit.
know what I do in the bedroom.
Jim said he's for gay marriage. So, as your journey when
my
you was
God.
doing, picking up prostitutes, do you ever pick
When
up
I
anything
was
different?
hold on. When I was, let's keep that in the present. You mean yesterday?
Hey, but look, Mickey,
Junior journey. Wait a minute, let Jim take
No, hold
this.
on, we got to talk about Jim. We'll talk about that later. You know what? We've lost the topic. That was sports. This is Final Level Podcast. It's number 10. And this is the philosophy segment. And this philosophy is brought to you by my Twitter page, which is at Final Level. And I do something called the Daily Game. And recently I said that if you want to win, you must be willing to suffer. And I took one of the gym sayings. They say no pain, no gain. I just broke it down to no pain, no money. And of course, when I said it, a lot of people came back, oh, well, money is the root of all evil and this, that, and the third. And we've already discussed that money is necessary in
Yes.
life. You can call it what you want, but it's necessary to eat. It's necessary to take care of your friends. It's just a necessity of life.
The lack of is the root of all evil.
When you don't have it, that's when people get scandalous.
Absolutely.
And or greed, when people
Right,
have it and they
right,
still
that's
want
true.
more and power. Because what happens with money, it moves from money to power. Once you got all the money you want, now you want to see what you can control and what you can move. That's when it starts to twist. But that's not what we're saying here. I'm saying no pain, no money. What it means is all of us, whether you're a writer, whether you're a comedian, whether you're an actor, you have to be willing to suffer. Everything isn't going to happen the way you want. Your ride's not going to come. You're going to have to walk in the rain. And these people who feel like, oh, I can't suffer, I can't struggle, or I can't be uncomfortable, you're not going to win. You just speak on it.
Nothing more irritating than a complaining lazy artist. Somebody who wants, like for me, I see a comic who's been doing it for 2 years, and they want, well, how come I'm not getting this, or how come I'm not getting, I want to push them into an elevator shaft. Like, fuck you. I drove for years and years and years. I went into the city every night and drove home, and it's just part of paying your dues. And people who are lazy, and it's always laziness.
It's always
laziness.
laziness.
They don't want to pay their dues. They don't want to do the work, and I have no mercy for them.
That's
None.
right, and the
Cool.
same with writers. They'll write a book and just sit back and think that's the end of it. No, once you write a book, that's step one.
Yeah.
You just starting because now you got to hustle, you got to grind, you got to promote.
It's
And
hard.
it's lazy people won't. Well, my books ain't moving because you ain't doing nothing to make it move.
A lot of people don't understand. I was talking to Mariska the other day on my show, and she's on her phone. She's got her Joyful Heart Foundation. She's got assistants that are around her all the time, and I'm like, people don't know that. They see her on the red carpet, it's a constant grind.
Yes.
It's a work ethic that only few people have. Mickey, you know my work
Oh,
ethic.
for sure. Yeah.
You know who I am.
Work.
He
Every
go hard,
day.
he
Every
go
day.
hard.
Every day, though.
If I'm not getting paid every day,
Something
some kind
wrong.
of way, I get physically sick.
I feel you.
I can't sit
feel you.
around like the other day.
feel you.
Mick, I had a day off. They stopped Law and Order, right? They said, okay, we're done for a minute, and so Coco had to go do her rehearsal, and I was here all day. I almost lost my
Going
mind
crazy.
because my album is done, right?
Right. No more. Right.
No more album, and I'm sitting around, so I play a little video games, and then I'm like, yo, man, what are you supposed to do? So then I go to the gym. I'm like, okay, I gotta make something progress.
feel you.
I gotta
Something
feel you.
productive for
I
the
feel
day.
you.
I
dog.
gotta
It's
do something.
always something.
Then I did nothing, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna get into bed. I'm gonna cash in on this rest that I haven't had. You know? And so when Coco came home, I was in the bed. She said, "You sick?" I was like, "No, I just didn't know what to do. I just found it's just one single day of not hustling."
Right.
I know you hustle like that.
Yeah, I work I do radio 5 days a week every morning, and I do stand up every night. I work
Every night.
Yeah, I usually do
that's-
7 nights a week. I just work on material, and then I go out on the road and for the money gigs. But I go down to the Comedy Cellar, and I'll go up and just they're 15-minute sets. We all do 15 minutes, and you work on the material, and you plow through it, and some works and some doesn't. Once I film something, I'm done with it. Like the Monster Rain stuff, I haven't told any of those jokes in 7
Right.
years. Please Be Offended, I dropped. American Degenerate, all that material is done, and now it's a new hour.
Wow.
Because comedy has to catch you off guard.
Right.
So if people aren't caught off guard,
They know the joke.
they know the joke. Music is great
that's
because you can
deep.
sing along with it. The more you hear it, the more familiar. But if you're a comic and you come back on the second tour and you're doing the same jokes, people are like, fucking
I'm not paying
lazy.
Okay.
Right.
Well, in rap
That's
that
deep.
counts in freestyling, or like if somebody told me right now to bust a rhyme, I couldn't do anything that was on a record.
Right.
Like once it goes to a record, I can't ever do it. Or if I was in a battle, or if I was on a radio show doing it, once it's done, no one wants to hear that rhyme again. So it's a similar thing. You got to stay productive.
Chris Rock will come in the Comedy Cellar. This is why I love Chris. He comes in with a notebook, and he gets the gigantic celebrity applause when he goes on, and he'll immediately say, and it's a funny, he'll just tell the crowd, lower your expectations, because and he laugh, and then he just goes to his notebook and he plays with material and he talks it out, because that's why he's a great comic, because he's willing to have sets that aren't good,
Right.
working material out, and that's why he is who he is.
What you're going to want is not going to drop out of heaven for you, and you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. I was watching Mike Tyson and Holyfield's movie, and they said the fighter that is the most comfortable being uncomfortable will usually win the fight. The guy, when you feel that I got to give up, the one that doesn't give up is the one that wins. And that was philosophy. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Stamps.com. Getting your mailing and shipping done can seem like a no-win situation. Going to the post office takes way too much of you and your team's valuable time. Yet leasing a postage meter is expensive as hell and requires a multi-year commitment and comes with a ridiculous amount of hidden fees. Luckily, there's a better way, and it is Stamps.com. You can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, right from your desk. You can use your own computer and printer to print official U.S. postage. Plus, Stamps.com is more powerful than a postage meter. You get special postage discounts you can't even get at the post office on first class, priority mail, international, and more. You can even save up to 80% compared to a postage meter, and your team will avoid the time-consuming trips to the post office. That's why my crew uses Stamps.com. Just by listening to this podcast and using my promo code ICE, you can get a special no-risk trial. This includes a $110 free bonus offer with a free digital scale and up to $55 of free postage. Free. That's the business. Don't wait. Before you do anything else, sign up by going to Stamps.com and click on the microphone at the top of the home page. Then type in ICE. That's Stamps.com, promo code ICE. Thanks to Stamps.com for supporting the podcast. Please support them since they're supporting us. All right, who's on the line?
Yo, what's up, Ice? This is DJ from Findlay, Ohio.
Philly, Ohio. Okay. What's happening out there?
Oh, it's a nice day outside. We're done with this bullshit cold weather, so I'm happy about that.
Right.
The only thing good about shoveling snow in Ohio is listening to some body count getting pissed off to fuck some snow up the ass.
Well, you know, on this show, we're debuting the new Body Count album. We're going to let you hear the first single, Talk Shit, Get Shot. So, any questions you got?
My main question is, number one, I've been a fan for a long time. I still got Freedom of Speech on LP. Still one of the illest album covers ever. I doubt any record company would have enough balls to put that shit out now with that album cover. So, but I'm also a big fan of Kool Keith since the Ultra Mag days, been for years. So, happy to hear you doing some more shit with him since Analog Brothers.
Yeah.
My big question is, everybody knows Kool Keith is a crazy motherfucker. Do you have a crazy Kool Keith story for us?
I mean, every fucking story about Kool Keith is crazy. I just finished doing I worked with him in the studio. We did a record called Hater Proof and one called Sex Clubbing in Bangkok, which is
Jim likes that.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that sounds great.
Jim Norton would love this kind of shit. He's here with us today. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. I remember I used to take Kool Keith around in LA and he would drive and we would first stop at the magazine stands and we would pick up books about space, like popular science books, like real space magazines and shit, because he was into technology and shit. And then he would go to the cleaners and have his pants made in the high waters. He would have his pants shortened because he said he spent too much money on his sneakers and he felt that you should see the whole sneaker. And that was his style. He was flooding, but that's just Kool Keith. And speaking of album covers, Best Buy boycotted the Body Count new album because of the album cover. So I'm still hitting the target as far as, getting banned and shit. That feels good at this age to get banned. I'm really proud of that.
Right on. Well, I plan to see you in July in Michigan on the Mayhem Fest. I'm taking my 15-year-old daughter, so she's going to get introduced to the Body Count group lifestyle. So
Okay. Rule one. Do not lose eyesight of your 15-year-old daughter at the Mayhem Fest, okay? No backstage passes or none of that shit. That's your daughter, man. Watch out at a rock concert, okay? That's just your homie Ice letting you know.
Right on.
I love you. All right, I'll talk to you later, man. Peace.
All right, thanks, Ice. Bye.
That's it. Okay, who's on the podcast with us? This is Ice-T, Jim Norton, Wahida Clark, and Mick Benzo with words.
Hi, my name's Ian Angus and I'm in England.
You have any questions?
Yeah, something's been bugging me a while because I grew up in a fairly rich area, if I have to say so, and a lot of kids I went to school with in the 80s and 90s always listened to rap music and gangster rap and all that sort of stuff, and they're thousands of miles away from Los Angeles in a very posh part of England. I thought, what on earth does this music and this culture say to these people such a long distance away? So what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's just voyeurism, when someone can bring you a culture that you're not familiar with. I've never been in a motorcycle gang, but I like watching Sons of Anarchy. It's just kind of like a way of venturing into a world that you are far from. You remind me of the girl that opens up the Final Level podcast. Her name is Danger, and she was from Britain, and she comes on with her assessment of Ice-T. And it's just interesting. I mean, music travels all over the world, and we go to Finland, or if I go to India, or you go to different places, there is a pocket of fans, and it's strange to me too. But I think one thing I've always done is I've never sung about other people's politics. Like, I always kept it true to what I know about. I never came and talked about British politics. I thought artists that went to other places and then dug into their politics and then got on a plane and left were kind of corny. I just try to stick to what I have to deal with. And even today, I try to keep my music from the perspective of where I am now. I'm not the same guy in the streets, but I deal with things in different ways. And people think, oh, well, it's a lot different. It's not much different.
And they love my books over there in London, so big shout out to London.
That's what's up.
London doesn't care if I'm alive or dead, but I'm happy you called.
That's right. I used to live in London. That sounds about right.
Hey, but thank you for calling in, man, and thanks for supporting the podcast.
Good to talk to you. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Across the pond, they're calling in. I got fans, baby. Wherever I touch down, that's my town. Chat.
Yeah.
I know the queen personally. Okay, who's this?
Hey, Ice, how's it going? This is Sinead from Atmore.
Not Sinead from Atmore. I got Wahida Clark. I got Jim Norton here. I got Mick Benzo. What do you want to talk about, Sinead?
I was thinking about the renewal of Law and Order. I know y'all just got the big news about finally getting the 16th season.
Yes.
And I was wondering, like, how y'all reacted. You know, how were y'all feeling before y'all got the news? Were y'all nervous about it? Did y'all have...
Negotiations are always difficult, and every year we go through them. So I've been through it 15 times. But we're glad to be back, of course. I mean, we got the record. We have the record. You're happy, right?
Oh, you don't understand how excited I was. You have no clue. Like, I called my mom. I texted my mom. I was crying. I was so happy. I was like, oh, it's back. My life is complete.
Well, that's good, and we're very lucky to have fans like you that are so, invested in the show. So now our job is to give you a 16th season that will take us into the 17th. So thank you very much for calling, and thanks for the support.
All right, you too.
Who is this? Who am I talking to? This Ice-T.
This is Josh Fox. I'm in Fairhope, Alabama, man.
Okay, I got Jim Norton here. I got Wahida Clark, and I got Mick Benzo. What do you want to talk about, baby?
Jim Norton, my man.
My man.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
You have done like all kinds of crazy sexual shit. Is there anything on your list that you would go, that's something I haven't done, and that's something I would love to do?
Yes, make love to a girl I like.
Ladies, you heard that. Ladies, y'all heard that.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks for the call, man.
Who's this? Are you talking to Jim Norton, Ice-T, Mick Benzo, and Wahida Clark? What's happening? You on the podcast?
What up, Big Ice? It's Fino from Pasadena, California.
Oh, shit. What's up? I feel that West Coast thing, man. What's happening, baby?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I just wanted to tell you I appreciate these podcasts. I got hip to them about a couple weeks ago.
But you got a question?
Yeah, I ain't got no real questions, but look, how you keep it, it's refreshing to hear these podcasts because it's kind of like chopping it up with my partners. Mm-hmm. When I hear y'all talking and you getting hot on Mick, man, take it easy on him. It ain't this fun.
I appreciate
that, man. To make up words, make them sound like they supposed to sound, right? But ain't really knowing, But Mick, we love you. Y'all stay on the grind, man.
Okay, peace. And you are the last caller on the Final Level podcast. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Frank, what's up? Hey, what's up, Ice? This is Frank from D.C.
What's up, Spike? I got a homie doing life named Spike. That's a good name. What's good? What's good with you, baby? What's happening?
Yeah, and I was going to ask Ice, when Ice did a Black Sabbath track back in the 90s, if you could talk about that. It was, Illusion of Power back in 95? Ernie C. was producing the record?
Yeah, what happened was, we made it clear with Body Count that we were fans of Black Sabbath, and if you listen to There Goes the Neighborhood, that's not a Black Sabbath riff, but it sounds like Black Sabbath, the big, heavy, long guitar licks, and they heard us. From nowhere, they heard us, and we got the call from Black Sabbath. Tommy and them was like, yo, we would like you to produce our album. We like, the fuck out of here. This is a prank call. And Ernie actually went over to London and worked with him and Gizzy and all these different cats. And then in the middle of the production, they said, we want Ice to be on the song. And I'm the first person ever to do a duet with Black Sabbath. And, it was just a moment, I think, with our group where we felt valid. Like you're coming out, you're a new rock band, and you're stepping into this arena. It's like a white kid stepping into the rap arena, like an Eminem. And then when you all of a sudden...
No, Eminem's one of the best. He's not going to be like an Eminem.
No. You Vicky, once again, talked out of fucking place.
No.
You don't know. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Shut up, Mickey, while I'm talking. I'm saying when a white kid like Eminem steps into hip-hop, he feels like, okay, I gotta be that much better. And then, he's very happy when hip-hop embraces him. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Fuck what Mickey's talking about. Not Eminem. He's the best that ever did. He's so aggressive, he gets mad before he even knows what he's getting mad about. Hey, but thanks for calling, man. And stay
No
tuned.
problem, man. Look forward to that body count record. I'll pick it up and I'll tell a friend about the podcast as always. Have a great show. I can't wait to hear the new track on Tuesday when I download this.
My nigga, stay down. Church. Okay, but anyway, we had a good podcast. This is number 10. Jim, like I said, you taught me something today. I thought I didn't give a fuck, but what I did, I realized today, Jim Norton doesn't give a fuck.
Well, thank you for having me. This was fun. I enjoyed this a lot. It really was. This was a lot of fun.
So we
man.
about to
Thank you.
close out. If anybody trying to contact you, Jim, I know you on Opie and Anthony on what? That's Sirius XM.
Yeah, we're there Monday through Friday. We are 6:30 to 10:30. We replay 24 hours. It's our own channel. And just Jim Norton on Twitter, or go to jimnorton.com and you can download American Degenerate for $5, or you can watch it on Netflix for free.
$5, and then, come on, people. When the man says it's $5, I mean that's how much a soda costs. Like, get it. Stop being so tight. It's funny, like when we go out and we say, and get this, and you can, pick up this. It's $7. People are like, I can't pay. Like, I mean, it's just a token of your appreciation. This is how people live, and I mean, $5. I mean, come on, man. I'm very happy you came.
Thank you, man.
Wahida.
Yes.
Bring us up to speed. Anybody out there that wants to get with you?
Of course, on Twitter at Wahida Clark, Facebook at Wahida Clark.
You got to spell it because some of these people are dyslexic.
Wahida, Wahida, Clark, C-L-A-R-K. On Twitter, on Facebook, Wahida Clark Real Readers, wclarkpublishing.com. Wahida Clark, Google me. I'm everywhere.
There she is. And she also is in the Iceberg Slim documentary, speaking about herself and bigging us up on our second final level film. Mick, you got to say anything?
Yeah, man. They can check us out at icetfinallevel.com. We got merchandising up there that y'all can pick up a shirt. We got Powered by Hate shirts. We have some podcast shirts. And also, if you're looking to get at us on email, hit us at IceandMick@gmail.com. So that's Ice and Mick at gmail.com. Also, pay a visit while you're looking, maleawarenessfoundation.org. All right?
Talk shit, get shot. Act hard, motherfucker, get shot. Pop off, get shot. Run up, motherfucker, get shot. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot in a while. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot. Prepare for impact, mask, and black cats. You was speaking, now you're leaking with your bitch ass. I'ma say this once, I don't play with the AK, you trip. I hit you my clips and flip you. I'm not your average, a reaper with the sweeper. Conflict turns to clock kicks and bullet hits. Motherfucker talk shit, get your wig split. I don't give a fuck about you and your bitch click. Talk shit, get shot. Act hard, motherfucker, get shot. Pop off, get shot. Run up, motherfucker, get shot. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot in a while. Niggas ain't blew up the spot in a while. Motherfucker ain't got shot. Don't push, motherfucker, I push back. Fuck with me and catch a 223. We in the age of the gauge, double lots to make the talk stop. Black ops, I fucking live for the headshot. Act hard, motherfucker, stick your chest out. Break north, bitch, that would be your best route. Don't test me, I'm a psycho with the rifle. Beast with the piece, bully with the fully. Anyone can get it. You're gonna get hands up on school. Anyone can get it. While you're in church, praying to God, anyone can get it. Just coming backstage, trying to get an autograph. Anyone can get it. For some reason, you motherfuckers think this is a game. You think you can say anything you want and nothing will ever happen to you. You think we live in a new age. But let me tell you, it can happen real easy. Don't make me bring the gravity, nigga. You can get hit with the fifth, twisted with the biscuit, blasted with the ratchet, jack with the Mac, body with the shotty, dump with
And from Ice-T to everybody out there, we're on number 10. This is a landmark. I'm glad everybody has stayed with us on the podcast. What I'd like you to do is, after you've heard the song, the Body Count song, hit me on Twitter at Final Level, FINALLEVEL, and let me know what you think, okay? This is something that I'm working on, and I'm very concerned with how y'all feel about it. It's the first single off the Manslaughter album, and it's coming at you June 10th. As we always say, tell a friend about the podcast and stay fly and out of jail. That's how I'm living. 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 That's how I'm living.